Hi, this is Anders from In Flames, and you're watching PitCam and moremetal.com.
Hi, I'm Alona Heinrich with PitCam and More Metal, interviewing Anders, the vocals from In Flames, if I said your name right, hopefully.
Perfectly.
So how did the band form, In Flames?
Well, it started a long time ago, actually 1990. And it was more, I was in a band with Jesper called Ceremonial Oath. And at that point, Jesper couldn't really do what he wanted within that band. So he started In Flames more or less an outlet or a side project together with two other guys, Johan and Glenn, who were playing bass and guitar at that point. Those guys are not with us today. Then basically it was just on and off for a couple of years until they released their first album called Luna's Train in '94, and that was more, it was them three and a bunch of session members, and then I joined in '95 and Björn joined as well as '95, and then we became more like a real band, so to speak, and for the first time we had a steady lineup, so that's history for you.
So you guys have 9 albums, if I'm right?
Yep.
How much time do you guys take off to make an album? Like how long does it take for you?
I can't really say. It's never we put the clock on it, you know. And it can take you know, a couple of months or whatever. I mean, the actual recording takes. I mean, in the beginning we only had 2 weeks. But yesterday's was redone in 11 days, I think, and now we can spend 1.5 months, 2 months on a recording. But writing process is an ongoing process that can take from, you know, from half a year to a year, depending on, you know, it's hard to say. We never sit down and write, you know, we should start today and then we end in a month. It's, you know, bits and pieces here and there.
So since the second album came out, the Jester Race, you guys used a symbol or like a mascot for In Flames, which was the Jester head.
Yeah.
And since then it's been on every studio album, either as a song or in the artwork. Why did you guys choose this to be your symbol for In Flames?
Well, when we grew up, I mean, all of us listened to Iron Maiden and they had their Eddie, and we thought it would be great to have some kind of symbol to have without, you don't have to write the name In Flames. People see that and just, oh, it's In Flames. So that's how that came about, and it was created during the Jester Race, obviously, as part of the concept, really, to have this image of something bad and something negative, whatever. But right now it turned into something which is positive instead. I mean, we use that as our symbol.
So in Sweden, you guys have won 4 Grammy Awards. How did?
Maybe.
Is that right?
Okay, I can't keep count, but it's been a few. Yeah.
So how was what kind of feeling was that to, like, from getting the first one to the 4th one?
I mean, it's great, I guess. You know, it's great to be appreciated. It doesn't really change our music, doesn't change who we are, but it's always good to show, you know, our parents, our grandparents, that we actually do something right. You know, we getting known for, or appreciation for what we're doing. So I mean, to win it's always good, and when you lose, you say you don't care. But you know, it's always good to win an award, but it doesn't change us that much.
When you guys started out, did you expect to be this big?
No.
Now, or?
No, you don't. I mean, you always search for the next step, that should be make your first demo and then get a record deal and make your first album, and then, I mean, it's a continuation of something, and it's been a really long ride. We worked really hard, and it's not like we started yesterday and all of a sudden we had this, you know. So it's been it's been a long ride. But no, I didn't expect that, and I'm very happy and very fortunate that I can be able to do it.
What is the best country you've been to so far, or upcoming country maybe that you guys are going to now?
I hope we can get to China next year. That would be really cool. Just because it's so different, and our type of music doesn't really get played over there as much. But I love Australia a lot as well. I've been there twice. But I mean, in general, I don't care so much what country we are in. It's the actual place where we play and the people that we play in front of, and we get to play shows.
What artists influenced you to go in this music direction, making this kind of music?
Well, in the beginning it was, I mean, I started listening to heavy metal, and it was you know, Scorpions, which I have to say that because we're in Germany today, but I do like that, what they did in the early days, and Iron Maiden, and you know, Accept, Judas Priest, and all these like normal hard rock bands. And then I've searched for something that was heavier, faster, you know, tougher, cooler image or whatever all the time. You always searched to the point where it was so extreme that you are going back in a way. So that's how it came about. And I think In Flames was influenced by the new wave of British heavy metal, which is Maiden and Priest and all those bands. This German speed metal scene, all the thrash bands coming from here, like early Halloween, Creator, those type of bands. And then also the Bay Area thrash with Metallica and Exodus and Testament and all those bands. So, and plus the death metal that was going on during the late 80s and early 90s, and all those. Then we put them in a kettle, turned things around, and our sound came about. Yeah. Don't tell me. Tell my ghost, 'cause I blame him for all I don't want to know.
When you guys make a music video for a song, how do you pick out what song you're gonna do? Do you just pick out randomly, or is there like maybe a special song where you say that?
Nah, you feel pretty early on which one's gonna be like a single or what you want to do with it, and then obviously you talk to your record label a little bit, and they, you know, have their saying in what they want. But so far it's been like our choices have been the ones that ended up being the video. So.
When you make the video, do you guys use your idea, or does the record company?
No, the record company is never involved in ideas and what they were in the beginning, the ones that we did for Despised, and they turned out to be terrible. So we said you shouldn't have anything to do, or even Horacle and somewhat Colony as well. So we said that you shouldn't do anything about it. But it's mainly our ideas. I talk about the concept of the lyrics, then I talk to the director, and we bounce ideas back and forth, and then it turns out the way it turns out.
So that was our last question.
All right,
Thank you for the interview.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.